Welcome back, everyone, to another great episode right here on Empyrean Dream. Is your VacuFlush toilet not stopping? It's continuing to pump? Well, this is the video for you. We're going to replace the plunger and the Duckbills in the VacuFlush toilet. So let's jump in it and get that toilet stop running all night on the yacht. Let's jump in it, everyone. All right, after we clear out the waste tanks, the next thing we need to do is go in the engine room and access the waste tank, which is right over there. And so I need a clear path. Yes, I have quite a bit of tools and quite a bit of repairs and stuff that we're making to the boat. I mean, it was neglected for 10 years, so it's gonna, we've made some upgrades. And I'm sure I'll walk you through those. That way, if you want to upgrade your Bertram, then you can. But let me go ahead and move all my tools out of the way, and then we'll go in there. Alright, now that we got our little pathway, we can actually go back there. We're going to go in front of the starboard engine, and we're going to come back here to the waste tank. Now, if your Bertram is anything like mine, then you have a waste tank sitting right here on the starboard side. Now, if you have any questions about anything in your Bertram, I swear I have gone through every inch of this vessel, and I know quite a bit about it now, which is, I guess, something that you need to know. All right, so we have our sensor right there. Let me point at it. Right there. Okay, and then you have your vacuum pump right here, the motor on the back, and we're gonna have to take this out. Okay, and I've already prepared for this because you see those electrical connectors are all spades, so all I have to do is unplug it. But I redid the pumps over here, so as you see, it says vacuum pump right there. I already have it turned off. I don't want any electrical going to it. And now I'm going to unhook the spades, and then we are going to disconnect that connector right there. You see it's a little gross in there because the middle plunger, it broke. So every time it plunges, it had waste coming out of it. So this repairs a couple steps. I got to repair and rebuild the vacuum pump, and then I have to wash out everything. And I'll probably grab, 4 or 5 gallons of bleach to do that, because it's gross when this thing breaks. All right, you have your sensor right there, which I have that repair coming up as well. And just off topic, you see that vent line right there. That goes to the blower motor, which should be mounted right there, but I'm replacing it. So a bunch of fun there. All right, so if you're needing that done as well, stay tuned for that video. All right, let's go ahead and disconnect that connector right there and the connector right there. All right, you're gonna disconnect that. This whole pump will come out. Make sure you have a couple trash bags or grocery bags to put it in, because it does have waste in it, and I don't want you to make some terrible mess in your boat. So make sure you put it in a couple bags, and then we're going to take it outside to rebuild it. All right, we are here on the dock. We have the 3/4 inch socket and a flathead screwdriver. The 3/4 inch socket's going to get the nut, not the nut, but the bolt off of the top of the motor right there. That's the biggest part we got. The rest of it's all flathead screws, so we can easily take that out. I would keep it in the bag while you get that bolt off, because it's going to cause some suction and exhaust, and you don't want to, get any waste on yourself. So keep it in the bag. We can rebuild it right here on the dock as it sits, and too easy. Let's go ahead and get that bolt off. All right, so it's a bit windy outside, so I'm just going to tell you on the boat. We got the new plunger. We got the Duckbills and the seals. Okay, Duckbills, seals.
I'm going to throw the link to the parts in the video description down below, but this is everything, and it even comes with the bolt as well, the 3/4 that we're going to switch out on the vacuum pump. Comes with that as well. So that will rebuild your vacuum pump altogether. So very nice. I used it a couple times, finding out that vacuum pumps do not like constant use. So I have to replace it, you know, probably like once every 12 months, once every 8 months. Because, I mean, we have 5 people on board and they're constantly using it. So it wears and tears a lot quicker than if you were just using it as a weekend getaway every now and then. So I did find that out. But, hey, link in the video description down below. Save yourself the heartache trying to find all this stuff on Amazon. I've already done the research, so here you go. All right, I had to switch to the battery impact. I have the green Makita, and we're just gonna put the 3/4 on it, loosen it, and there you go. It's all the way off. That bolt's gone. You're not gonna reuse that one. You have an extra one right there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get our 4 screws at the top, take the motor off, and then the screws around the top. Now that we have the motor off, we can go ahead and get the screws around the top so we can replace the plunger, and then we will focus on the duckbills. Use a pair of vice grips or channel locks to loosen up the ends where the duckbills go, lefty loosey, righty tighty, and you'll be able to take those off. You see that? All right, that side's off. The other side is already loose. Okay, and then you're going to use a flathead and probably right here bring this up and out of the way. Okay, these disconnect just like that. Okay, you're just going to put them over to the side. Yes, I know it's gross, but hey, easy to fix this thing. Spray it off with the hose, which is right there. You have the seal that goes around the top. Okay, and we're going to replace the plunger. These you reuse. Okay, so let's go ahead and spray that out, spray it off, get our hands to. And then we will go into reinstalling everything and getting the duckbills correct. All right, now that we got the new plunger in, the new duckbills in, we tightened the sides. We're all good there. We just got to put the motor back on, those 4 screws. Remember, when tightening the top, you want to do an X pattern, okay? X pattern when tightening it. That way the seal sits properly and you keep the vacuum pressure that you're wanting. You know, it is a VacuFlush system. So let's go ahead and get this motor on and get that nut on, and then we'll be golden. All right, there we go. The motor is back on. Everything is nice and tight. Now it's ready for reinstall. Make sure you throw away all your old parts and wash off your work area. Let's get this thing back in the boat so we can get that toilet back up and working.
All right, we're back. We got it reinstalled. We just got to plug in the spades. You know, after you get this thing reinstalled, if you just so happen to dump a gallon of bleach on it, it's okay. All right, clean up your area. You know, usually your spouse doesn't like you wasting bleach. They'll make an exception on this one. So it is a gross job, but you just saved yourself quite a bit of money just doing it yourself. Find the parts in the video description down below. And thanks for watching, everyone. All right, once you have everything plugged in, go ahead and flip the switch, turn it back on. And there you go.